Hey, YouTube family, how are you doing? I hope you're all doing well. So let's get right into this. What do you mean, Jason? A brand new 3-year-old guitar? It doesn't make sense. Let me show you. This is a Michael Kelly MK53 Telecaster. Really cool finish. Even though it has a binding, it has a forearm contour. I don't know if you can see that there. This is supposed to be an ebony fretboard. It kind of looks brown, but it's a type of ebony, I guess, that has some kind of brown grain in it. So it's not like Madagascar ebony that's like super black. So at first glance, it looks really cool. And I'll tell you why I bought this thing. I've been seeing some Michael Kelly stuff online, and the guitars look just superb. And they sound even better. Mind you, the people playing them are highly skilled professional players. So it's not going to sound like that with me playing it. But what my goal was to find a guitar that could compare in price and in quality and in playability to these Musi classic Teles right out of the box. So if I look at this yellow one and I look at my black one, both of these Musis right out of the box with a basic intonation setup, fresh set of strings, were literally gig ready. And these guitars felt like I've been playing them all my life. To me, these Musi Telecasters are the gold standard. The hardware is good, the electronics are good, the setup is fantastic. The stainless steel frets, roasted maple neck. The bargain for the dollar is just amazing. So I thought this thing was really close in features and close in price. These sell here in Canada for $539. But I got it on a Black Friday deal back in November of 2023. So taxes in, shipped to my door, was around $530, $539, somewhere in there. So really about the price of a brand new Musi Tele, which here in Canada on Amazon are $485 plus tax. This isn't the bottom of the line Michael Kelly. They make a cheaper one. This is like the next step up. I was expecting this to potentially be like the Musi killer, to be something that could compete with it. And maybe it is, but not this one. It showed up on December 22nd. I unboxed it on December 27th because I was busy gigging and I didn't really have time. And I did a video, and that video I never posted because it wasn't good. I sent that video to the music store, and I also sent it to Michael Kelly. The first thing I noticed when I unboxed this guitar was it was covered in scratches and blemishes and fingerprints. And I thought, man, that's kind of weird. Now you can't really see it here in this light, but you can tell, you can see all the little scratches in the finish. And because of the quilted maple top, or whatever this stuff is, it's hard to see some of the blemishes, but if you look closely, you can see them. I think I can buff that out, but anyway, I'm not sure. I've noticed that the strings do not line up with the pull pieces. They are way off. So the only two that line up are the center ones, and these B and E and the E and A, they're way off, right? Off of the pull pieces. And I thought, that's kind of strange. Why would they not line up? Because all my other Teles, everything lines up perfectly. And then when you go to the neck, like, there's lots of space between the edge of the neck and the string on the small E. Like if I depress it down, right, you can see that there's quite a bit of edge there. But if I go on the big E and I depress it down, I barely have any room there. If I was to come down across the neck from the high string to the low string and just happen to just hit the string a little hard, it would fall right off the fretboard. The fretboard is ashy, like it's super dry. The frets are green and brown. I don't know how that's coming up. Like there isn't a single shiny one. The strings have rust. You can see it on the big one here. Like it's literally rusty brown color. The nut slots are poorly cut. And watch this E string. See that? There's like two slots side by side, kind of, in the same opening, and the E string jumps from one to the other, and you can hear it. These are all crooked, and it's because they're loose. They're not even fastened. Look, I can move them around with my finger. The tuners feel good, I'll give you that. The headstock is unfinished. It's super rough, especially at the back right here. You can feel the splintering in the wood. So that needs to be sanded down. The fret ends are sharp, so they have to be sanded down as well. And what? Oh yeah, there's an incredible amount of relief. And check the action on this. Look how high that is off the fretboard. It just plays terribly. I couldn't believe it when I got it. So in that video, I just, I listed all these issues, and like I said, I contacted the store and I contacted Michael Kelly, and in the process of doing that, I found this card inside the bag that this was packaged in, and so it was like the built-on sound, model number, serial number, and they check all this stuff off. So this was approved, right? Michael Kelly, quality control, approved by, I don't know who that is, somebody, whatever. And then down here, it says April 25th, 2022. It's like, wait a minute, we're 2024 right now. If this guitar was inspected in April of 2022, when was it built? They didn't have this thing in stock, so they had to order it directly from their supplier. When they told me that, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I'm going to get like a fresh one right off the supply chain, right? Anyway, I got a phone call from the vice president of Michael Kelly. His name is Steve Pisani, and this guy is awesome. I will tell you, Steve, he treated me like I was part of the Michael Kelly family. And, this isn't a $5,000 guitar. This is like a $500 guitar. They were busy and running and getting ready for the NAMM show. And he took time out of that to call me, spent an hour on the phone with me, assured me that this is not typical of Michael Kelly quality. And he says there's something that's up. And then I told him about, this card dating like 2 years. And he traced the serial number. He's like, this guitar was built in 2021. You should not have this guitar in your house right now. Right? So we are 2024 right now. This guitar is 3 years old. How this guitar was shipped to you is beyond me. So Steve, he's like, leave this with me. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of you. Literally 30 minutes later, he calls me and says, I have a brand new Michael Kelly MK53 Tele on order for you, for the hassle. So no worries, you're just gonna have to wait 2 or 3 weeks. Today is January 30th, and I still, as of yet, have not received the replacement, but I think it did arrive here in Canada. In the meantime, I was supposed to send this one back to the store that I purchased it, and they were gonna deal with it. But you know me, I don't like people. I didn't want to take the risk of this guitar ending up back on the sales floor because of some mistake and into the hands of, somebody who doesn't know how to fix or work on guitars. So I asked them, I said, listen, how much do you want for this guitar as is? I'll buy it back. So they gave me a refund of $209. So this guitar, as it sits right here, cost me about $330, which, you know what? That's a budget guitar on Amazon, and some of those are way worse than that. So I think I can do something with this and I can make it awesome. But I'm really curious to see the brand new Michael Kelly guitar that's coming in the mail. I want to compare it. It's supposed to be the exact same one, so it'll be a good comparison. And I'm assuming that new guitar will blow this one out of the water. But I think we can do something with this. These pickups sound pretty good. Like, I did plug it in. I'm not even going to bother showing you that right now. Once it's all set up, I will give you a proper sound check and demo. And it's got what they call the quad mod. So it's got a 4-way switch. So this is the bridge pickup. Second position is both. Third position is the neck. And this position is both pickups in series, I think. So it's like a humbucker. It's really powerful. So sorry for the long chit chat, but that's where I'm at. And now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. So right now I'm going to rip this thing apart and see what I'm dealing with. Just took the tuners off. Man, this neck is rough. Holy smoke. It's like it wasn't sanded. It's weird. Nice wood though. Like, it's got some nice grain and it's got a bit of bird's eye maple in it. I think it'll be okay. It just needs to be sanded. And when I flipped the guitar upside down, the nut fell out. so that's great. That'll save me the hassle of trying to pry the nut off. It just came right out. All right, gonna take the neck off. All right, so I unscrewed the neck. There are the neck screws. So look at this. This guitar is old enough that the finish, the chrome finish has wore right off of these screws. This one's starting, you know, the first one. And then this second one, it's totally off. It's like it's gray. And then the other two still have some chrome on them. But unreal. This neck is super loose in the pocket. Like, it doesn't fit snug in there at all. Oh, it's a little shim in there. Like, it's like, yeah, big time. You know, there's no resistance to that at all. Anyway, but the heel looks nice. Oh, look at that. That's like cortisone. Right? I think when you see that type of grain, it means it's cortisone. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Got a little shim in there. I don't know what the heck that is. Like a little piece of, just a little piece of wood. That's no good. This neck is going to need a shim anyway. And these are going to have to be drilled out. Look, they're not drilled out very well. They have an indexing hole here. So yeah, the pocket's nice. We're going to take all these electronics out and see what we're dealing with. Well, that is an interesting neck pickup route for sure. Wow, I've never seen that before, I gotta say. So obviously you could convert this into a Nashville with a Nashville pickguard, so the center pickup would be right here. So it wouldn't be a problem. Or you could put a humbucker in here, humbucker size P90. And yeah, cool. So this is all shielding paint and it looks very well done. So, well, you know, but anyway, it comes off. But yeah, it's all shielded. So that's good. All right, let's get that bridge off. All right, so this is a 5-hole bridge, 3 at the back, 2 at the front, and it's literally held on by pickguard screws. Look at that. What the heck? That can't be how that's supposed to be on there. Pickguard screws, really? Look how small those are. Now let's see if there's any surprises under here. Oh, looks like it's like a typical Tele route. Maybe a little bigger. Again, shielded. Very well cut. Looks good. All right. We got a ground wire there coming in. All right. Slap that back in there. Take this cavity out. See if we're dealing with some real, you know, full-size pots and a real switch, or if it's just the cheap stuff. What do we have here in the MK? Full-size pots and a real switch. And again, shielded cavities. Awesome. Right on. Oh, they have it taped at the bottom here because it's probably touching the bottom of the cavity. And I bet it was grounding out, so they put some tape on here. These pots say made in Korea on them. And the switch, I don't know, just looks like a typical American, you know, 4-way switch. All right, well, disassembly is done. There's not a whole lot you can do with this bridge. You could keep the bridge plate. It's a fairly thick plate, and you could change the saddles maybe. But even if you go with the narrower saddles, the mounting holes are still going to be in the center of the saddle. So the spacing will still be the same. At the end of the day, it's not going to change anything. I was thinking maybe I could convert this to like an ashtray style bridge, like a Wilkinson. But you can't do that because the 3 mounting holes at the very back here would be clearly visible at the bottom. So this is out of the question. You can't put one of these on there. This Babbitt's bridge would fit. This is actually exactly the same length. But again, the mounting holes for this Babbitt's bridge are different. This Babbitt's bridge has a 3 mounting hole system and a 4 mounting hole system on the back. But this guitar doesn't match either one. If I put this bridge on there, we're going to have to drill new holes, plug the existing ones or whatever, or leave them there. Maybe I could put these Babbitt's saddles on this bridge plate and have a little bit more precise intonation and not have to worry about these saddle adjustment screws. That might work. The only issue would be I couldn't lock them down. But, I mean, you know, these aren't locked down, right? So what difference would it make, really? I don't know. We'll see. Let me know in the comments what you would do. All right, that's it for tonight. I'm going to check this neck out tomorrow. Make sure, you know, the relief is all out of it. Make sure it's nice and straight. Check these frets, see if they're level. And get rid of these sharp fret ends. Sand it down. Maybe give it a couple coats of oil. And go from there. These are not stainless steel frets. Obviously, because they're highly stained. Thanks a lot for watching. This will be episode 1. God bless. Take care.